Hello there, folks. Welcome to another edition of the dev stream here. I'm going to go through some bugs here that I haven't done in a while. Finally got the in-game capitalist leaderboards going. But I haven't pushed an update to the Nintendo Switch version in a long time because not only did the video player not work, I wanted to make sure a lot of other stuff was working as well, so let's go ahead. I also don't have a snazzy intro to this like I did all the other versions of the Ask an Enemy show crap stuff. So let's go ahead and just switch on over. And there we go. I do have the profanity counter up because when you're making a game you actually swear a lot. So let's see, I spent a lot of time trying to set this up because this desktop PC is really fucking old. Well, there's one. So basically, there's a couple of bugs I found in here immediately that I need to fix, like this. So basically, this text here, forever, yeah, shows up whenever the game is online, but the player does not have an internet connection to Steam. And I noticed right away that this was actually wrong, so I gotta fix this. I'm gonna go ahead and put on some random music here. Nothing super fancy, but just something to keep the silence down. So yeah, I haven't pushed an update because of that video player being broken. I couldn't do anything about it because I couldn't quite figure out what the hell was wrong with it. So basically, my buddy Ivan, who's the one who helped me basically do the leaderboards, came in and actually fixed it for me. So now I can go in and do other things I've been meaning to do for a while. Let's see. Style equals red. And my mouse keeps dropping just because I'm on this cheap music desk type thing, or music stand for my computer, for my keyboard here. Style equals red. Okay, so that should work now. Also, since I said this PC is so old, it takes forever to make builds, and all I was doing was disabling the VR mode that I had been working on, and it took forever to update. Even this right here is just taking forever. So if you notice, even that blue little circle shows up here. Alright, so let's see if this will even work on this computer. So that's definitely something I need to change. Let's go and start this up. So basically what I'm going to be doing is just looking for some bugs. Since I have to play it non-stop, this is the whole thing about making video games. Mike, what's up, my man? Pause the music here. Let's see, I got a no reference exception already. Let's see what this is. So I might get some kind of rendering issue, but let's see. So this is running in the editor. I thought this would be the way to do it easier. Blaze already broke it. What did I break, my man?
Hey, Jace, come here.
I wouldn't be surprised. So let's see. Yeah, Steam usually takes a little while for these scores to kick in for some reason. Switch is really fast about it. Also, on the PC, for whatever reason, the first video in the credits still doesn't play right away. It just skips it. So when you kind of go down to credits, it's supposed to be that kind of like headbanging kind of thing. Just referring to the NRE. Oh. All right, so let's go ahead and give it a run here. Blaze, you're the one who remembers a lot of stuff. I forget a lot of stuff, so if you remember what a lot of the bugs were that we found at West, I'll bring that volume down because that's it might just be loud on my end. Let me know if it's too loud on your guys' end. Yeah, I could just bring the volume down here. Yeah, let's go ahead and just run through some stuff here. So the in-game leaderboards up in the top now show you basically the next score that you want to beat. So obviously when you start off, your score is 0, so you start at the bottom of the leaderboards. The score I want to beat right now is 755, which obviously isn't that hard. But as you start to get a higher score, the leaderboards will show up and show you who you can beat, so that it kind of gives you something to work towards. Once you start getting into those higher scores, you start to be into, like, you'll be in the millions, but you'll notice that the leaderboard score is actually in the trillions, not necessarily billions. So you might, at least it gives you something to aim for while you're playing the game, which is kind of neat. Oh, sorry, I need to bring up the chat just so I don't miss out on anything. So, yeah. The other thing I definitely need to fix as well is a long time ago I was told that this screen right here was confusing because the way they described it, though, didn't make sense to me, but I know what they meant. It didn't make sense to me the way they described it, but basically what they were saying was that I was saying that the boost button or the BFP button was the wrong button. And I can kind of see what they meant here. So basically, where it says HRD boost and DFR boost, right? That's the left and right bumpers. And now these gray areas underneath it that show the weapons on the left and the defenses on the right, that should actually be, I should move the left bumper and right bumper underneath that, because those big gray boxes relate to the triggers. So I can see how someone might look at the left and right bumper thing who's never played the game before. Again, obviously, if you've played this game a ton of times, then you're familiar enough with it. But if I can move that above that and just move the left and right bumpers down, I've actually already made myself a note of that because that's the first thing I want to fix. It would make a little more sense that the weapons are the big gray boxes and then the boost is its own kind of bumper. So I just need to move the lines that point to that bumper. Also, I can actually see that the left and right bumper, the lines are a little off anyway. But anyway, I think that would make a difference there. And that's not that hard to bring up. As a matter of fact, I even already have Photoshop up and ready to edit that file. Let's see, what else? I think here that was pretty much it, because the videos still play here. So that's working the way it's supposed to, so that's not an issue there. The bugs that I think we were finding out at PAX West was, so the whole purpose is I switched over to Unity 2019.3.3 F1, which is a really, really recent version of Unity, which is crazy to think that when I started the game it was on 4.3. That's insane. So anyway, when I upgraded to that version, the movie player broke, which meant I couldn't push to Switch because Switch had to use a different version of Unity. So yeah, there's a couple of things like that happened that I need to fix. And by upgrading to that new version of 2019, I was able to do some things and fix some things, but a lot of other random things broke, and I think it was with the event system. The event system wasn't triggering to disable like parts and material and stuff. So when you would quit out of a level, or say you extracted and you went to the next tier, if there were parts left on the map, or I think even sometimes material, they're supposed to automatically disable when the game is over. But for whatever reason they weren't. So I need to keep an eye on why the hell that happened and see if that happens. So testing the game is a pain in the ass because you basically just need to play it over and over again and find random stuff like that. So this is one of those things where, like, you know, you hire testers to do this kind of stuff. I don't have the budget to do that, but if I could, I would definitely just hire someone to sit there for like 4 or 5 hours and just play it like non-stop and see if they found anything broken in the game, because that's the kind of stuff that's that needs to be tested. Which is also one of the reasons why I did do the Steam Early Access thing, because that's the whole point, was people wanted to play the game and they didn't mind testing it and doing beta branches and stuff like that. So there's also another reason why I'm trying to get this done within the next couple days. I can't really announce what that's for yet, In the next 2 days, I think I can. It's nothing massive. It's just if the game's going to be in the eyes of more people than it usually is, might as well push out an update that's pretty, not super substantial, at least somewhat substantial. So yeah, if you notice, the scores in the top center of the screen are totally changing. So now I've got 5,200. Now I've just beat that guy. I beat that guy too.
Repair successful.
I'm also noticing that the resolution of the render textures, I don't know if it's this PC. Again, the CPU is my bottleneck on here. This is what I do the VR stuff with. But the GPU should definitely handle the rendering load. And I could see, load. I could see that the, I don't know if you can catch that on stream at all, but you can see that some of the anti-aliasing on like the laser trails, the repeater trails, and even just on these like that, the missiles are pretty obvious.
Material retrieved. Material retrieved.
Give me a sec, I just want to see what this message was here. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing out on anything. So yeah, I'm just gonna be sitting here for about an hour, just playing this. See if I can find anything within the next hour or so. Since this is the latest build on this version. Usually though, I think it was the Switch that was breaking more than the PC version, but we'll find out.
Time directive online.
Either way, we'll see. I haven't played this in the usual, like, from the gamer's perspective in a long time. I've just played it to try and break stuff, so. Oh shit. Alright. Come on down. Alright, let's just clutch it up. Also, I was working on a random track to try and see if I could throw that in as well. To kind of change up, at least the first song, not necessarily this one, because I think this one fits the chaosery. So I might not change that one yet, but I will change this main track here, because I think this is the one most people listen to more often than others. So what I was thinking of adding also was, I don't know if this is necessarily, or if it is really necessary, but when the player is, you know, trying to keep track of what the score is for the in-game leaderboard, you currently have a millionaire billionaire thing for your score. Debating whether to add that to the leaderboard score, because like the thing is, if you know you're a millionaire and you haven't beaten that score yet, at least you know that you're within that area anyway. But I don't know how beneficial it would be to know the current player's class. So there we go. Now I can start this up. Oh yeah, also the other thing I was going to add is little tool tips for people also that are new to the game, just to give them the to know what speed recovery is, and the Tetris, which is pulling down upgrades. It's things you don't need once you already know they're there. But also if you it's like a refresher if you haven't played it for a while and you weren't really that into knowing exactly all of the mechanics, and you jump right back in, you can learn about speed recovery, which is super beneficial, especially in this type of situation where when you're on a resource, you can basically just hold down the A button and you'll pick up the resource a lot faster. So that's definitely something to add in there. Which now that the video player is working on Switch, I can totally start doing it. I would like to add a couple more game mechanics though. Because I know there's a certain point where you're playing this game and you kind of zone out knowing all the stuff. But if there's one more thing I could add in there, just to kind of push you even more, that would be really neat. Okay, here we go. So this is how you want to start racking up some points. You can get those multipliers as well, and then just kind of go, blow it off at the last second, and now I'm already at 71 million. So I'm about to beat you, Armani. Bam, there we go. Now I got to beat Buttercup, 202 million. That's not too hard. So I'm hoping the in-game leaderboards also just give people more of a reason to stay in a little longer instead of just kind of giving up and starting over again, which has always been the thing I wanted to push. It's easy to give up. It's more beneficial if you just pull through. There we go. Life gives you trackers. Give him the boot. So yeah, once you start getting, I'm about 50% health, so that's not too bad. So once you get into like sliver bullet and stuff, where you really start to need to pay attention way more. I'm also leaving a lot of trackers on the table there. Back up. The one thing that would be a definite substantial upgrade to the game would be adding in the tournament mode, which is something I'd really like to do. Man, I'm scared of not being 100% aware of what actually needs to be done to pull that off. And I think it's honestly like the creating the lobby that I think would scare me the most. I also need to add in the achievements for the PS4 and Xbox One version, so that's also something I need to look into. Finally get those versions out of here too. Blaze says Ross just started trying to add networking to bomb sorters. Might be something you can talk with him about. Oh, that'd be great. So Blaze in the chat. Oh, I got the chat working again, so I think you guys can see that on there. Yeah, that would definitely be something I would want to look into, because I know it's creating a lobby. That's the thing, right? And like it'd be a way for you to kind of queue it up, or honestly, what I would like to do is just have it be a setting that players can set also. Where you can be playing single player like this. Obviously, you're going to be connected to the internet because you're having your leaderboards up. But it's the idea of holy mackerel. The idea of having like the Street Fighter thing where you can have challengers kind of just, you're playing like this and all of a sudden you get the notification, hey, this dude wants to challenge you. And then if you're in the middle of a really important run, obviously you can just like let it go. Or you can take them on. You know, it just depends on what your flow is at the moment. Like right now I'm just kind of mindlessly playing, so it's not like I'm really trying to focus on the score that I'm trying to get. All I'm trying to see is if any weird shit happens. Oh, that counts, right? Yeah. Might be something I should talk to him about, man. Also, oh yeah, I forgot I'm streaming. There's some stuff I can't really talk about yet, but it has to do with some of that networking stuff. Blaze, you kind of know what I'm talking about because you were there with me at West or East when I was talking to these dudes about stuff. So, what I can mention though is I was looking through some of the documentation, and that dynamo thing you kept talking about was all over the place in that doc. So that's funny that you constantly bring. I find it's a funny word, dynamo. It's a very white person thing to say when you're trying to say someone's excellent or someone's like badass. That guy's a dynamo. Like, I don't know. I've just always thought that was a funny word. So when you said it, you can imagine. Oh no! All right, cool. So now I'm at critical health. I can totally take advantage of this. Oh, I'm about to take out Blaze. So this is good. Oh no, oh no. Gotta get clear. I'm gonna take you out, Blaze. And I think that's your Steam profile. Blaze CC is your Steam, right? I don't think that's your Switch. I think your Switch is straight up Blaze. Whoa, that was close. This one might be the one there. Oh no, I messed up a lot there. Okay, so let's go. It's that material multiplier that can mess you up if you're not taking advantage of it. Oh, there. You know what? I take it back. I think there's probably a good amount of mechanics already in here. I'm trying to think of another way to add something else in here that would give you something else to do, but no, I think the ADHD is at a pretty high clip. There we go. No, 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 you're messing up, bro. I'm about to beat Quest 0. I remember that guy. He was pretty cool. Good to see he's still up there. You know what I should do is have a leaderboard where there's only one person ever. So that would be cool. There's only ever one person on the leaderboard, so that way you can kind of, that's some bragging rights there. And once you beat him, you can either just keep going, you give that person the top leaderboard slot. That's pretty cool. This right now, I think, is just kind of giving people something to see, something to do while they're in the game. Also, I should probably add a little bit of a background to it so you can still see it through all the chaos. I'm about to beat myself. Oh, hold on, let me pause. Still think you should add score decay. Score decay in what sense, dude? I'm trying to remember what you mean by that. Maybe something you want to talk to him about. Oh, yeah. Score decay. Oh, like where if you have a score and you just don't play for a while, it goes down? If that's the case, I don't remember. Lose like 10% of your score by week if you don't play. Yeah. How would you do that, though? I mean, I guess you could create some kind of bot or something, right? That would check that. But how would you have access to their account? I mean, by that point, I think I got into a conversation with a friend where that's the point where you get people to delete the game from their computer, you know, and never want to play again. Because then it's kind of like, yeah. I think that would be something where you would need to have to get the person's permission, where you can run something in the background even when they're not playing the game? Or am I overthinking that? Because to me, I feel like that... or no, I guess if you have access to the database, right? Like, you can just take every score and take points away. I mean, I guess that's one way of doing it. Yeah. I guess that is one way to do it. All right, here we go. So I can take advantage of this. All right. There we go. There we go. All right, I still haven't beat my top score, but it's getting up there. I could have done a little more, but I'm also... When you're streaming this game, it does still take a certain percentage of your processing to... Jesus, all those points I lost there. Make it back. I can make it back. That you don't really know you're using. Because you kind of have to keep tabs on a lot of things. Whoa, nope. I was about to do something real dumb right there. Real dumb. Just like that. Yeah, holy crap. That was close. All right. Whoa. Nope, I was about to overheat it. Oh no! Oh god. Okay, come on. I think is the top leaderboard tier 1 score? I can do that. So what I'm trying to do is just get through a single run. Also trying to think in the back of my head of achievements. I've already got a lot of them written down, but there are some that I want to see. Holy mackerel! Oh, my controller died! Woo! You could have a cron job on your server that looks at timestamp on the leaderboard. Ah!
They look harmless
dude,
at first,
my
but once
fucking
they overrun
controller
you, they
died,
can
man!
get past you, and they become a nuisance
That's
to the right.
some bullshit!
Here's how to deal with them. The easiest way?
Where is that?
Ignore
Yep.
them. Fireballs
God.
will eventually take them
Is
out.
this the one with the fucking
Or you could
rechargeable
blow
battery?
off BFP.
Fuck.
Doing so will
All right.
reward you with material. However,
Shut up, guy.
it does sacrifice a part, so keep an eye on that.
Restart.
You
Damn
can
it.
also lure them into
God. Okay, well, I'm switching out the damn batteries to this one. So. What a god. What? Holy crap. What a perfect, inopportune fucking time for that thing to die. Man. I wonder had that happened to anyone else, if they would have just broken their computer screen or like never played this game again in their life. But that's kind of the point, man. You play games like Geometry Wars or whatever, I still would have gotten a score. Nah, man. I did it to myself, you fucking asshole. Oh, man, I think I got to push it up there. How many times was that? Like 10? Profanity counter's at 9. Jesus Christ, man. What a god. Yeah, here we go. That's 75% there. Wonder what those specs are. Does that even come up on stream? Oh, yeah, basically that's happened to me twice in 1v1 it shows. Yeah, so Blaze says that there. 54%. CPU, huh? Yeah, Blaze, actually, you had that whole situation with your cable happen to you, too, or something. Oh, man. Holy crap. All right, well, no obvious bugs in that run there, so that's kind of good. Again, I think most of them were Switch-related, though. And I don't know if that would mean if the Switch version... Blaze, I know I remember you said you were having dinner or whatever, but of course, let me know if you feel like jumping in, chatting then. It's your call. Yeah, I remember it being more like event system. At least that's what it seemed like to me, but I don't know if the event system would be something that wouldn't work on Switch, but it would on the PC for whatever reason. Gotta move the mouse because I know that bothers people. Dinner finished half an hour ago. Oh, well, let me know, man, if you want to jump in and just chat for whatever reason. You know, you got nothing better to do, man, unless you're. Well, actually, you could still be playing whatever you want in the background.
Repair successful.
Just kind of shoot the shit. I'll send you a link through Discord, whatever. Just let me know. Oh, okay. Says yeah, sure. So give me a sec, guys. I'm gonna send Blaze a link here so he can join me, and then that way I can also set him up on the screen here. So this is actually cool. I've never done this during a stream, so this is going to be a really good way to test this. Let's go ahead and send you a 720p signal. That's good. All right. Give me a sec, folks. Let's move this all the way down. Get rid of that. And then, while he joins, I will go ahead and give him a spot here on the couch. Or maybe not on the couch, but let's see, where is it? All right, so he will be... Okay, so give me a sec, folks. I'm actually going to switch this over so that I can start adding it in and it doesn't look too cruddy here. So in the meantime, I'll give you guys some jams to listen to. So that band is a band called Terramelos. They're a really cool, slick fucking band from way back in the day. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, so Cam, set him up in here. Let's shrink it down. Where are you? There we go. Shrink that down. About 0.25 maybe. And move it over 0.75? No. 0.75. There we go. And then do the TV overlay because that's cute. It's a really cool thing to do. Oh, there you are. Give me a sec, man. Let me bring your volume up here. All right, test. Talk to me.
Helps if I unmute my microphone.
Ah.
How's that?
There you go, man. Holy shit, you cut your hair.
Yeah.
Oh, I
very
didn't know
much so.
you cut your hair, though. From the stream Kel was watching, it looked like you just slicked it back. That's what I was saying. You're slick
Oh, no,
Blaze.
it's just going.
Holy shit, dude. Damn.
Get in the way of my headphones.
Yeah,
Cut
that's
it off.
intense. Give me a sec, folks, so you guys can hear my buddy Blaze there, but I'm trying to bring him into the game here. Okay, I just need to shrink you down just a tad more, my man. So how have you been, man? How's it going? Oh, again, my fault. Your audio should actually not trans. There we go. Sorry, man. Okay, now let me ask again. How have you been?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
Cool. Bring that down just a tad. Yeah, man. How's bomb sorters going with these guys?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
They're trying to add like true networking to the game, so we don't have to keep using Parsec. But apparently, broke everything.
Really?
While trying to do it. So
In what sense?
I have no idea. It just said the game wasn't currently working, so we were using this build that's currently on Steam instead of shipping out a new
jeez.
build.
Okay. Oh, that's not good.
Probably one of those things that you break a lot until you make it work.
Just a little more. There we go. I think that might be good. Oh, I could bring you down just a little more. The screen I'm editing this in is really small. That's why I can bring you down right there. Zoom you out just a little more. There we go. How's your green screen holding up, man?
That's really nice. I love it.
Yeah? Did you do the same thing I did, the link I sent you, or was it a totally different setup?
No, I got a thing from that Corsair sells. It's a little pull-up green screen.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Okay, I need to get one of those because when I do things where I'm at the desk, I don't have a green screen behind me. This is more like the couch, like kind of for when people are over and stuff like that. That's different.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to do stuff from the desk more because the desk is a little more comfortable when I'm doing stuff like this, especially where I'm actually typing out and working on stuff. So let me go ahead and bring you back in. There we go. All right. So the next thing I need to do is just add in like a little title for whoever the guest is. I can just put it under there. I could put like your Twitter handle or whatever the hell, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, man, yeah, so that's fucking neat. Like, I mean, I can totally understand where all that kind of development stuff just fucking out of nowhere happens. So that makes sense. But for the whole game not to work, I mean, like, what in the hell is going on there? You know?
Yeah, I think they just said they had like large sections of the game that weren't working.
Wow. I can bring this down a little more.
Oh, yeah, that's really loud.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So it is loud on your end also then, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a sec. Yeah, I think the game itself is just really loud.
It's extremely loud.
Yeah, especially that like intro or whatever, right?
Yeah, I've got it on my computer permanently set to like 4% volume, I think.
Okay. I wonder if that's something I can just go in and look in the like the mixer settings or something, kind of mess around with that. Or even just create like a settings page, right, to give you guys the ability to like but the thing is, like, do you have to do that with other games that you play, or is it just primarily this one?
It's mostly this one.
Mostly this one? Okay. That's definitely a game design dropout oversight. But yeah, dude, like, I'm just basically, I figured if I was going to be playing this for like an hour or so trying to find bugs, I'll just stream it and people drop by, they can see what the updates were about, which is, so that in-game leaderboard is working now, which is really neat. Per tier. Rad. Yeah, it wasn't working per tier before. So even though it was kind of there, it definitely wasn't.
It wasn't actually working.
No, dude, the code was totally where it was only on tier 1, so it was only ever showing you scores on tier 1.
Tier 1
yeah.
score. Nice.
Yeah, totally. So then there was a little bug where it was just because of the way I wrote the code for the tiers and how it detects the tiers and stuff. The way it was written, it was pulling from the display of the tier, not the actual tier being changed. Because obviously I don't change the tier every time the number changes. That was just a display thing. Again, that's mostly probably just because the way I wrote it, I could have written it better. But the way it was in my head was, you know, if they're changing the tier on the in here, like say for example you go in here and you pause the game and you would change the tier here, it would change the tier in the game. Just by selecting it, yeah. So the way I wrote it kind of makes sense now where, you know, you're obviously just changing it here, and until you confirm that you've changed it, it won't change the tiers. So,
right.
Yeah. So that's good. So, yeah, I don't know if you caught the thing about just me changing this, because I think I brought this up with you, the gamepad here, just the way the LB and RB are kind of... Holy shit. Do you catch that? Do you see something wrong there?
You have LB and LT on the right trigger.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, yeah. LB and LT. Okay, so I definitely need to fix that. I wonder if that's on the Switch.
That's not going to pass cert.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder if that's on Switch, though.
I can check real quick.
Huh, that is weird. Yeah. Oh, that's good to know. I just saw. He's a little untrimmed. I can fix that. Oh, let me bring up the chat also. I don't know if I've been missing you guys' chat. Okay, cool. Let's see. All right, Blaze, it's funny that you... Oh, I know you couldn't hear me, but When you actually got up, that's actually pretty good because I saw that you have a little bit more camera than you need here. Okay. There we go. Nothing big, nothing massive. Just I noticed some of your camera came out of the television screen, so you're good.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so yeah, so let me write that down because that's definitely something I need to fix. You would think they would have caught that because they did catch the L and the R on the right and the left sticks. So, and that's actually from the Switch also, where I had to change L to LS for the left stick and R to RS for the right stick. So that's really weird. I'm really curious to know if the Switch version has that.
I can find where I put my Switch down.
LT for right. Yeah, so basically I need to switch out that whole thing to just move the boxes. I think it'll just be a little more cleared up if I move the LB and RB down underneath the gray boxes, move the gray boxes up closer to the triggers. So that it seems like, okay, weapons, these are your weapons related to this button. And I could also just have another little white line that kind of points to those boxes. And that might make it a little more clear. And obviously the lines for the LB and RB will be moved kind of down and then facing the buttons after also. Tetris is there. Speed recovery is there. Yeah. Can't believe I missed that, man. Anyway, dude, the way I killed my score with my battery dying, like at the right moment too, man. Like how
I just ran into a pack of 5 trackers. Let's go.
Yeah, dude, because I saw my ship not move, and I'm like, what's going on here? And that's exactly what happened. But yeah, like, do you remember? That's mostly what the bugs were at West, right? It was the just kind of parts.
Resetting, right?
Yeah, parts not resetting. And it wasn't necessarily game breaking. It was just kind of weird.
Yeah.
And I think it threw off the numbers a little bit, but I don't think it was that bad. Anyway, yeah, the thing about let's see. The thing about networking, man, is like they're going to create like a whole lobby system and everything then too, right? Because that's just a thing of like networking in multiplayer games.
Not necessarily.
No?
I mean, you can do it just like Steam friends. Challenge your Steam friends.
Yeah, so, but like, you don't think you need to create a lobby? Like, well, like, for their game, I think you might, because you have to queue your 3 friends up or whatever. Damn, really not paying attention there.
Yeah, they probably need something like that.
Yeah. And then for this
Currently,
game,
they are still at the point where like the name of the lobby is like in a text file on my computer. So,
really, how so? Like, what do you mean?
like they're running config files and stuff, and like it's super early.
Okay. Are they using
They're
Unity?
I think so.
Okay. I could have sworn they were when they were making that other game.
I think they are.
Yeah. So to be using config files, that seems kind of intense, no?
I mean, they're like zipping builds and sending them to me over Discord. It's very work in progress for the multiplayer.
Oh, okay. So, but the version that's on Steam is still the version you guys are playing, like just kind of like the normal.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you could probably tell by the folder structure if it's a Unity game or not, just based on the way it's structured out or whatever.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah. I've also been wanting to get back to the Half-Life thing, but I don't know if I told you, I basically structured is the wrong word, but like I changed the whole place of where I was doing the streaming stuff from. So instead of in the living room, I moved it all to this other room we had that's like a kind of like an office, an open office. So I disconnected everything. I had to rewire a whole bunch of crap, and I just barely got it all set up. But the living room's still kind of a mess, so I've told Cal, I've promised her a couple times already, today's the day I'll finish, and I end up getting distracted in some way or another. But I've been using a lot of zip ties to keep the desk clean too, because I'm sure I've shown you pictures of my desk. Cables everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So I've been trying to clean that up, man.
I know all about that life.
What'd you have for dinner?
Pizza rolls.
Pizza rolls.
That's right. Pizza rolls.
Pizza rolls for dinner? Like Totina's style, dude? Or like fancy fucking restaurant pizza rolls?
No, like Totina's.
Dude, that is the most fucking blaze-ass, dinner I could think of for you to have, dude. Like,
they were delicious.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, man. I am totally not. Again, I'm not really, I'm not going for the score. I'm just kind of, if anything weird pops up, so. But it's just weird. It's weird how, mindless you can be with this game and still do really well, but then also just do, really bad. Holy crap. Yeah, leaving a lot of points on the table, man, I think is the thing. But so with the prompts, dude, how important do you think that would be to a new player? Do you think they would even notice the button prompt, or is there just already way too much stuff going on?
I don't know. I think they might.
Because my
especially
thought
while
process,
it's going slow in Tier 1.
Right. Yeah, right, because you do see a lot of those people that do just definitely take their time with it. And a lot of people actually do spend more time in that kind of zone than others. But I think it's one of those things that, so my thought process was that if people paused the game, they would see what those buttons were and just kind of experiment with them. But if you don't have anything kind of prompting you to do it, I doubt you're just going to be hitting the button out of nowhere. Again, I might be overthinking that, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you don't ever want anybody to tell you, how was I ever supposed to know that?
Right, 100%, yeah. And you obviously know that happens a lot.
That happens a lot.
Yes. It's yeah, but then when you do... I mean, that's the thing, dude.
But if I tried to tell you everything, you wouldn't get any of it.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. So, then, now that they're trying to add that multiplayer stuff in, though, how much longer are they going to stay in development for, then? Because they're not even in early access, are they?
No.
Dude, I think they should do, how much do you think is there already for their single-player stuff? Or not single, but, their local couch thing.
I think the local couch thing is probably done.
Okay. So
I think that's why they've moved on to doing multiplayer now.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Is I don't know. I mean, you obviously speak to them way more than I do, but have they heard the what seems like an obvious thing of why don't you just release the single player stuff and then do the multiplayer later?
I'm sure they have.
Yeah. You put strong consideration kind of thing.
I have no idea exactly how strongly they're considering anything.
Yeah.
Would imagine they're just trying to figure out how not to get lost in the sea of hundreds of couch multiplayer games that come out every year.
Dude, so that's funny you mentioned that because my buddies in Galvanic, right? They've been working on Gurgamoth, which is that kind of similar type thing, like a couch multiplayer type game. So they released the game quite a while ago, and then they finally released it on Switch. I want to say probably, if not before I did, not too long before I did. But it's been a while, and all of a sudden I saw it on the Switch as one of the top best sellers, and to get in that list, you have to sell quite a bit. Right. So I'm actually really stoked to see them on there. But I don't know what the hell they did to cause that.
Yeah, what happened to
Exactly, because I know I've talked to you about the thing of where I've heard the thing on the Mega Booth list where people just bring their game down to like a really, really low price. And it just because there are so many Switches out there, people just buy a random game that's like 5 fucking cents or something, right? Well, there goes the cat.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know if they did that because I haven't seen it go down that low, but I'm obviously not on the sales page that often.
Right.
But the funny part is, like, I always think about it personally because, like, I always see games on there where I'm like, 5 cents, why the hell not, just to see how terrible this is? Because you obviously, I mean, I don't know if you do. I feel like a lot of people probably do. If they see a game priced at like 5 cents, you automatically gut check yourself and gut feeling, and you're like, this game's bad. And that's why it's 5 cents. They're just wanting to make a quick buck, you know?
Right.
So I bought one that was like 5 cents. And it was fucking terrible. It was like, it wasn't even worth the 5 cents, and it just makes me feel like my home screen is now just tarnished because that game is just on there. That's how fucking bad this game was, dude. There goes another one.
No, it's 2, actually.
Oh, yeah, okay. Good catch. Yeah, dude, so I need to add a sound to that because that'd be really cool. You know what would be funny, dude? If I could add a sound prompt to that, like it's just Jesus or something every time I say it. That'd be cool. Anyway, yeah, like that game was worth or not worth the 5 cents, dude. It was ridiculous. Let's start this back up. I'm surprised with me not paying attention. I haven't died.
You've tried a couple times.
I died when I was paying attention, dude, and my controller fucking died, but now that there's one. Now that I'm here, no. Just from messing around here, I mean, I want to say there was already some weird stuff happening. But again, I don't know if it was Switch specific. But I was also working on a new jam, just because, again, I was just setting up a bunch of new stuff and just rearranging my desk in the music room also, and was trying to get rid of a really loud buzz in my guitar that was in recordings, just because of electronical, what do you call it? Kind of like shielding problems that you have when you have wiring that's all jacked up. I was getting really bad buzz, and I was about to sell a bunch of crap because I was like, this is not working anymore, and blah, blah, blah. And all it was just wiring. That's all it was. So now it sounds fantastic, but now I just started to get back into recording stuff, and I came up with another little song that I thought would be pretty cool to just at least finally change this track up. And try to get the soundtrack released, which would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
Yeah. And also just that situation, man, of like, move on to something new or just keep adding to this, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, how long have the Bomb Sorters guys been working on that game?
I don't know.
It's been a while, right?
Fully playable when we met them at East in 17?
Jeez. Dude, was it 17?
Was it? Was it 17 or 18?
17's when I met you. So
okay, so that was 18 then.
Okay. And it was fully playable. It was obviously Rising, so they had to have been working on it plenty before that then too.
Oh yeah, and it had music and everything then.
What about like UI and stuff, right? Because I always feel like that's something that changes a lot in games. When you see them.
They've messed with the UI, but it was tolerable then.
Right. What about any kind of like visual effects, like any kind of fancy shaders?
Oh yeah, it's changed. It's changed visually.
Yeah. Okay.
And several new levels and things like that.
What about like because did it have that like glowy bloom effect when you first saw it? Or was it
don't
more
remember.
Standard? Because I think when people hit that bloom pass, dude, that's when you know they're getting serious. All right, let's get these. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Oh, I could have got that one. Dang it. Almost blacked out there. Let's see. Yeah, and then also the whole thing about the shit list, like, I wanted to change it to something else because I was like, I want to try and stay a little more positive. Like, shit list is fucking cool, but then that... Oh, there goes a couple. Yeah. I forget. I lose count, but I know I say some, so I just kind of tap it a couple times. Yeah, obviously that would... Like, I couldn't promote it as... This keyboard, my legs falling asleep. I couldn't promote it, you know what I mean? As like
of course,
shit lists, so it'd have to do with ratings and crap. I kind of want to obviously do away with that. Whoa, that was close.
It's okay. All of us longtime people will always know what it's actually called.
Yeah, 100%. So, you know, I think I just go with the usual just capitalist leaderboards type thing. No, moving the mouse. Okay. Yeah, and then I was debating, like, holding on to that type of update until I actually started messing with the multiplayer, but I figured I might as well just push it out now. I got to get the achievements done, too, man. So, this whole thing about the Dynamo thing, dude, like, what exactly is it? It's just a database? Is that why it's, like, DynamoDB?
Dynamo is just a database, yeah.
Okay. What was my question about that? Because, like I said, I was looking through the docs.
Docs for what?
So, you know, obviously I can't talk too much about, or the little details, but you remember at East, that after thing.
Yeah, the meeting we went to?
Yes. It has to do with that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so just by doing that, I'm sure you can now go kind of look at what those documentation things are.
Right.
And having, like, knowing how to use those services to implement the tournament mode. And it is in no way as user-friendly for however user-friendly the thing I'm currently using, well, that's obvious, GameSparks, is. So...
Have you looked at Azure at all?
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, I had a similar offering with them as well. But again, all of that stuff, dude, is just stuff that's over my head. Which, you know, as with everything, I could just try to look all that stuff up and try and figure it out on my own anyway.
I think Ross just switched from AWS to Azure.
Really?
He said the documentation was a lot more user-friendly.
Okay. So then I guess that's where the cost thing comes in then. Because with GameSparks in particular, I can't mention what the other one is, but with the GameSparks in particular, remember they did change their pricing model?
You're getting a pretty sweetheart deal on that right now.
Exactly, because of the whole grandfathering thing but because of the support for GameSparks, that's what's leading me to look into these other options.
Right.
So if I just leave everything the way it is now, then, I mean, sure, fine, I'm okay. But I wouldn't be able to implement all that new stuff.
Right.
So that's kind of where the double-edged sword thing
So the way the capitalist is working now, it's all running off GameSparks?
This is still GameSparks, yeah. Because that was it's nothing new. It was just code that needed to be rewritten. Yeah, rewritten basically. Yeah. So this is all GameSpark stuff still. Achievements is all also just kind of system level thing, like platform. I mean, so that's not it.
Steam and Xbox and trophies.
Right. One thing I could have done is GameSparks does, if I'm not mistaken, have a leaderboard or not leaderboard achievement system thing also. But I would have to do the whole thing of creating an ID with someone for that account because obviously,
people want their achievements in Steam or Xbox or wherever they get them. They don't really want to find them in your game.
100%. The only reason I even considered that was because of Switch. Like, Switch doesn't have system levels, so you could kind of integrate it that way. But then again, you'd have to create an account on top of whatever your Switch account is, and we all know Nintendo's whole thing of that is already a mess to begin with anyway.
I actually can't think of a Switch game. Oh, yeah. I guess Warframe does it.
Yeah, right? They do their own outside of Nintendo thing, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was thinking.
I bet Epic does for Fortnite, too.
Yeah,
now that I
Epic
think
definitely
about it.
does. But they do let you tie it to your Nintendo account to, like, link them up or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
You didn't have shields up.
Nope. Nope. Even the developer didn't pay attention to that, man. I felt something was wrong, though, because I think it was audio. Like, audio gave it away where I was like, this seems oddly quiet. And I didn't even pay attention to my own cues. So, yeah. Anyway. I mean, yeah, like I said, dude.
20-minute game at 400 million points.
Yeah, seriously. Again, dude, just kind of, like, zoning anyway, so it's no big deal. Actually, what I should be doing is in the middle of this, right? Like, kind of go to the next ones, because oh, let's see what this error is here. Okay, yeah, I keep getting that. I don't know what that's for, some kind of buff. This is funny that it brings up the Steam thing on the console, which, yeah, that happens a lot, which is kind of weird.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, let's see. So, yeah, scores are working there. Let's gotta just do a tier 2 run here.
The lowest tier 2 score is 11,000.
Yeah, that's not bad. Lowest tier 3 score, I don't remember. So Ivan actually considered leaving the zeros in there so that like you could go up the zeros, because then it's based on time or something. But then it would have just added like having to figure out push their time as well as just their score, and it was like, nah, that's not worth it.
I was thinking earlier while you were talking about trying to determine like million versus billion on your score versus your target score. You could try doing split scores and see how that looks. Do like you're 11,380 right now minus your 600 and put like how many points you need to hit the next score beside them.
Ah. Huh. Yeah, and that's nothing server based at all. That's something.
No, that's not hard.
Yeah. Hey, that's a thought, man. Send me that through Discord so I can remember that one.
I will.
Yeah, I don't want to write that right now, because I'll definitely die. Oh, okay, and then also my thought, obviously it's been there for a long time, this score up in the top center, but do you think it should be anywhere different, or is that fine where it's at? Just kind of give it a background so you can read it, make it more legible.
Yeah,
What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's fine where it is. I can't think of anywhere better to put it.
Right. Like that was kind of my thought. It was like, as a player, Blaze, what would be your thoughts on this? Oh, you son of a bitch. Okay. Nope. Okay. Oh, no wonder I don't have any parts. I'm like, why am I not boosting?
You can't boost because you have no parts.
Yep. All right, so what was I going to say? Oh, the Switch version was on sale this past week or so. It wasn't on a big sale. It was like $4.99, I think, or something. It was like half off. So we'll see if that brings any new players in as well. I always feel like it's just like, obviously at events, I think, is what brings people in and keeps them talking, you know?
Yeah.
For obvious reasons, but... Okay, now I got my boost. Yeah, I am not even taking my own advice, man. What the hell's going on here? But yeah, man, like, I mean, I've told you, is the idea of... it gets to a point where it's like, what am I focusing on now, you know? Bringing in the tournament mode, VR mode, or achievements and all that stuff, I think should actually take priority, because without that, I can't release on platforms anyway. So, and from what I've been told and from what I've seen, it doesn't seem like achievements are actually that hard to at least code them in and track them or whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the system side of that would be difficult.
Yeah, it's just tracking them. So it's basically creating a completely separate script that tracks whatever the values are going to be, and then just kind of calls them when they hit that value, basically.
Right.
Because I'm not using save files, so it's not like I'm keeping track of all of the achievements can be done in a single run. Like if you're that fucking crazy. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So yeah, if you're that crazy, but regardless, all achievements can be done in a run. It doesn't mean all of them. I mean, I guess, like I said, if you're crazy, you can try and do them all in one run. But
if there's no multi-run stuff to do.
Right, and even then, I mean, there would be, right? Like you get through you get all the way to tier 3 in one run or whatever. Oh shit! I don't. What am I doing? Oh no!
10 more parts. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, holy crap, man, holy crap. Okay, let's just start this up just to see if there's anything funny here. And if not, I'll do a tier 3 run and then maybe call it. Let's see. Wait a minute. Oh, tier 2. Okay, yeah. I saw that same score. I was like, that's not tier 3. Okay. Yeah, there's no parts, man. So again, I guess I'll try and make a switch build and see if there's anything funny happening there. No parts. Let's go ahead and go to tier 3. I'd also like to redesign the game menu to make it a little more for that thing. What's up? Oh yeah, thanks. No, I'm gonna finish it. Yeah. You can just put it there.
Hello, invisible person.
Blaze says hello, invisible person. She likes your haircut, by the way, man. I don't know if you caught that in your chat.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And that's when I replied with, I don't like Slick Blaze. I like Rebel Blaze. All right, so we have some friends that own a local coffee shop that made us like a 64-ounce. It was basically like a milk carton, I think it's a half gallon. That makes sense, right? 64.
Yeah.
64 ounces, not 64 quarts. Although that would be bitchin'. Yeah, 64 ounce. It's basically a half gallon milk carton with for Kel it was a matcha latte, and for me it was a cafe latte. But dude, they make such good coffee, man. And so I've just been drinking that all weekend, man.
Nice.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know my addiction to the coffee thing.
Yes, I do.
Let's see. All right, yeah. So, Flax 16 has the lowest score on tier 3.
60,800.
Yeah. So, okay. Here's the thing. How important? Because I don't think it would be that hard. How important is it to you to pause the game and see the leaderboard? Like, say for example, you just wanted to see what the top score was. Like, you obviously know what the low score is.
I mean, it would be pretty nice.
How about... Okay, you are using the bumpers and triggers. I was thinking of a way... Maybe left and right on the D-pad could toggle the absolute top score on there. And then just go back to what the list is. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like, would that be something that you think would be worth it? Like toggling between the current actual list that you're going through right now, and then toggling what the actual top score is. What do you think? Because for someone like you, I think you would want to know what the top score is just to know what you're going towards, right? Like it's kind of like it's an actual target as opposed to like a current target.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that would be that hard because I think that score is already there. Because it pulls down the top 100 scores. What's that?
It would have to be already there.
Yeah.
Because eventually you're going to get there.
Right. But so the thing is, if I'm not mistaken, what it's doing right now is it's pulling down 100 scores. So it, depending on how many people are playing, obviously currently, I don't think there's more than 100 or 200 scores.
Right.
But if there were, like if this were like a Geometry Wars where it has a ton of players, then you're not technically pulling down the top score, though I think you probably could. Right? Because in the title screen, The title screen, I think you do. Yeah, it always pulls down the top score.
Yeah.
Obviously there, but then here. Yeah, so you could toggle, and you would be at 0, but you would see that Erod has, what is that, 396 trillion? Trillion.
Yep. It's a lot.
Yeah. Right underneath him, Blaze. Oh, wait, you
Yep.
are Blaze CC
Twice.
on both. Okay.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same on both.
Oh, wow, dude, and your higher score is actually way more.
Yeah,
way
it's
less
almost-
time, I mean. Way less time.
They're pretty much the same time.
Oh, yeah. Well, double your score, though.
20 seconds apart. Double
Yeah.
double the score. 20
Double the
seconds
score in
apart.
20 seconds.
It was needed to cure the plague that was destroying the human race. The HRT
Okay, at 2 billion. Nice.
last known cord
Yeah, I've started playing her in Tetris now. She's pretty good, actually.
Nice, man. Did you tell her about your whole thing at East?
was my mission.
No, I didn't.
Oh, man. Yeah, I know you probably don't want to relive that, but yeah, that's pretty bad. All right, that's the same thing then. What are you gonna be up to, man? Are you gonna be playing anything? Gonna be streaming anything?
What, you mean today or like
Yeah,
soon?
like later tonight, like after this, like after we're done here.
Oh, no, after this I will be asleep. I have work tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Okay. Are you still working from home?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you do your, what is it, normal like 4-hour work shift or whatever? How's that been going, dude? Like knowing, like with the whole virus stuff thing going down, like what have you been working on? Is it something you can say?
I mean, I'm doing basically what I would normally be doing. I'm just doing it from here instead of
Just
at
doing
work.
it from home. Yeah, I don't know. Like I know some people lose their mind, but man, I've been having a blast just being home all the time. Kel's the one who likes going out to movies and stuff like that, though. So I know that sucks. Like the actual thing of going to the movies, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that it's definitely not the same as like being at home watching a movie. Where to me,
Oh, no. Definitely
yeah.
not.
I think it's just the process of like, you know, going out and having like good food brought to you while you're just sitting there watching a movie, which is kind of cool. But it's funny, dude, because like I've always said, like a long time ago, I confront is the wrong word, but that's the word I was going to use. Confronted the day job about being able to work from home and how it was totally possible because it's like, it's just a networking thing, you know. And they were like, "Oh no, you guys deal with credit cards and blah 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 and stuff like that." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, but this whole thing proved him wrong." Although I'm sure it was like a necessity thing, but still. Yeah. What time is it over there, Blaze? 7, 8, 9. Okay. I won't keep you too much longer, man. I just kind of, like I said, kind of just wanted to see what was going on, and then having someone to talk to while I'm doing this is pretty cool. And actually, if you catch anything, because that's kind of the thing, right? Is when you're playing the game, there's very little things you are actually paying attention to that
Right.
might be kind of broken.
Currently, your two screens are swapped. I don't know
Yeah.
if you noticed.
That's busted, dude. I got to fix that. I actually did think of adding in a, you know how we're always yelling out tier 4 when we get in
Yeah.
front of the screen, of adding just like a cutout. I think I brought this up with you before, of adding a cutout to the game that just kind of
Yeah.
gets in front of the game. But again, obviously, that's one of the most obvious like things that you could troll someone with is just doing that. So I kind of wanted to stay away from blocking your screen, but I thought it'd just be a good like deep cut kind of funny
Yeah.
dumb thing
Solid
to do.
goof.
Yeah, 100%. 100%, man. All right, what's going on here? Why am I not able to restore? Oh, I didn't have material.
Because you didn't have material.
There you go. That's the thing I'm talking about. I would have thought that was broken. I was like, what the hell's going on here, man? Okay. One thing I don't think I've ever fully tested is the idea of being at death sentence before hitting death sentence. I think you've brought this up. And then
Yeah.
if you return to what you had, or if you fill up to not being death sentence, if that makes sense.
I think you go back down.
You do? Okay.
I think so.
Seems like it might break it. All right, so then I guess I'll focus on this last run and see how long I could go, and then we'll call it, man. I'll get some work done in the background. Was there anything, since I do actually have you on, was there anything we were going to look at? Oh, no, because the video player's working. You were going to help me look at that. Yeah. If you can think of something that you wanted to take a look at, since I've obviously got the code up and running, we can do that. Again, I don't want to take up too much of your time, man, because also, I don't know if you caught me when I said that the other day on one of your streams. I sent you a message saying it's 8 o'clock for Christ's sake.
Yes, I did see that.
Yeah, because I was like, dude, I think you were streaming with Wheatsy, and you said, yeah, it's bedtime or something. And I looked at my clock, and I'm like, you fucking psycho. But hey, man, you're a grown up, man. You're all grown up. I am the exact opposite, dude. So the thing about working at home is it's kind of made me feel like, how do I say, like I could get away with staying up longer, and that's not really a good thing to do. Because yeah, dude, like I'm staying up till like 2 or 3 in the morning, and waking up like at 6 or 6:30 or like 7 to work the next day, and then I take my little espresso naps or whatever during the day, but I don't think that's healthy. Oh, what am I doing?
No, probably not.
Stop. Okay, cool. Didn't pay attention to how much I lost there, but
nothing worth writing home over.
Right. All right. Cool. Nice. Bring it. Man, you could really jack yourself up there if you're not paying attention, dude. Holy crap, but you could take advantage of it. Oh, I don't have time directive. Dang it. Where are my parts? There we go. Dude, there's a ton of dudes. There we go. That's what I need. Damn, there's hella dudes.
That is a lot of dudes.
What did I say earlier? If life gives you trackers, you destroy them. How's the stream holding up on your end, dude? Like your feed from
Oh, it's
me.
awful.
Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. All right. I can do this, man. I've got 12. This will be a good way to end it anyway. Oh! Oh, God, man. All right. So you said the stream for me was awful, so let me actually try something while you're online real quick. Okay, so I've got your call here. I'm sending you a 720p 1200 kilobit per second feed. Let me try the next one, which is 2000 in real time, and see what that does. Yeah. It might take a little while to kick in there, but okay, target score. I got your message. Did that change at all yet?
Not that I can tell.
As a matter of fact, they pushed an update apparently that from your end, I think you could also change it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. My game capture froze here. Hold on. There we go. Oh, wait, no, actually the game just froze out. It wasn't the game that froze. It was the video that froze, which is weird.
That's strange.
Yeah, that's definitely strange because it stopped right in the middle. Okay. Yeah, are there any settings on your end that show like that you can change the feed you're getting?
Not that I can tell.
Every 4 minutes, the Russian firewall
Okay.
becomes a big point of contention. However, once you know how to deal with
I'll just
it,
keep
you
an
can
eye
use
on
it to
see
your
if
advantage. As the
that
walls
changes
cave in, the
anywhere
truth is exposed.
later.
There's a bonus attached.
Um.
Continue destroying the left. If you want to push your luck.
All right, man. Well,
and your
I don't
score
think.
will continue to grow. Just
Oh, I just paused it.
don't forget.
Yeah, there was let's see, did I fix this stuff here? Okay, yeah, so I just had to change some code in here. So I definitely need to save that. Well, nothing funny happened, man. I guess I'll just make a switch using my other computer to see if anything funky happens
And
on
don't
there.
forget your R button's labeled L.
Right, yeah, I've got that written down over here on my trusty notepads or Post-its. Yeah, you're right. So actually, since you mentioned that, is it this one? That is in. I think paused. Yeah, having to go in here and remember how all my layout stuff here is intense, man. There we go. So it's this file here. Yeah, having to go in and switch these in. So actually, the Switch version I should have in here. PS4. I wonder where the Switch one is. There we go. All right, let's see. Moment of truth. Yeah, dude, this computer is so slow.
Why are you using it?
Because it's the one that's set up for streaming and stuff. And I'm running, like that new MSI that I got, I'm running some kind of diagnostics on it that said it was going to take an hour. So instead of, I could have easily just plugged in an HDMI cable to that and sent it to the video capture device. But like an idiot, I started that before this thing even ran. I was trying to do it through like NDI. You know what NDI is? Like it's like some kind of network device interface or something like that. Like sending video over IP over like crap like that. Yeah, and it was very choppy. I think it was really pushing my bandwidth. No, man, these seem to be right. Left and
that
right.
looks right.
Yeah.
Just the Xbox ones.
Yeah, actually. And the PlayStation one, maybe, too. No, these are right, yeah.
R1, R2, R1, no. Yeah.
Yeah, so, and the PlayStation, well, because obviously I had no hurry to finish this, but this one's missing the weapons thing there.
Yeah, and you apparently at some point thought about changing songs.
Oh,
left
yeah,
and right on
that's
the
in there?
D-pad.
There you go, yeah. Yeah, definitely, dude. So that's what I was saying. Like, I was trying to find a good use for, yeah, left and right. A good use for the left and right on the D-pad so that you can change the song. So, yeah. Maybe I can just make a menu thing for the thing of how I was talking about being able to toggle. Because I got to add in the, I think some people on Discord were asking about changing the toggle for the order of the EVA control types. But like I said, that's going to take having to redo that whole menu system. Anyway. Dude, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's always good.
Yeah. And we'll definitely get back to that Half-Life stuff if you're still down to finish that off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I've been wanting to jump in on the ones where you're doing that hard mode, but I don't want to get spoiled with anything later if you think there's anything cool that happens later on. Because you got past where we did, right?
Oh, I've beaten it.
I know you've beaten it, but on your streams. Like, have you gotten past where we were?
I beat it. I did hard mode in like 4 hours. It was 2 streams.
Okay. All right, man. Would you recommend I go watch your streams then to like see what's going on? Like I don't care the spoiling of like any story stuff. It's just like I always also say that I don't mind the spoiling stuff because usually by the time I get to it, I forget what it was that happened anyway. But if there's something that I can see where I'm like, I want to do that kind of thing, then that also is something like I look forward to, you know?
Yeah.
So it's not so much that like the story's getting spoiled. It's just like that looks like something I want to do. So yeah, let's go check that out, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So if you think that's pretty cool, then
There was definitely a couple moments like that later in the game.
yeah. Okay. All right, man. Well, yeah. Maybe I'll jump into that stuff while I'm eating dinner. Then give me something to watch. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man. Well, I'll take a look at your notes, and I can obviously look at this stuff, and I can at least push a Steam build here. Maybe to the beta branch for like the first day, but in the next 2 days, like I said, I'm going to get to announce that whole thing. So it's nothing massive. You might know what it is, but that's why I wanted to kind of push out an update that was a little more substantial.
Yeah.
So new people coming in can get like a more polished thing. So anyway.
Sounds good.
Yeah, let me go ahead and stop this stream here. Thanks for stopping by, folks. For those of you that did. Let's fade on out.